I got a special present in for the 350z today. It's so overdue, and it's not anyone's fault. It's just like I haven't picked it up in forever, but it's so overdue. It got me inspired to film today because I wasn't going to, because I'm just like unloading the Z and kind of like putting away all of our mess and whatnot. Before we get to that, I'm gonna start unloading this stuff because we have a lot to do. We still have our tires and we still have to get this car out. If any of you know good places of where to get like shelves and countertops for a trailer local to San Diego or like in Southern California, comment them. Oh my God, I didn't mean to do that. Comment them down below or send me a message because I want to get cabinets and stuff here. I love that even though it's a 24-foot trailer and there are larger options, that I still have like a 2 feet in the back and have all this room in the front. One of my biggest fears when I got this trailer is that I was gonna get it a little bit too short and I wouldn't have like excess room in the front for a bunch of more stuff if we like take this to an event and we have like a car in here plus easy ups and whatnot. But I probably even could have gone with a 22-footer and it would have been just fine. If you guys want us to make more shift knobs, comment them down below. We did our first batch and we sold out of them, and then we did our V2 versions, which are these ones, and then we sold out of them. I was debating doing a third version, doing a little bit different this time, but if there's still a lot of you who would still want some or have any interest in getting one, let me know down below or follow thehuntingcompany.com and tell us in the comments, because if there is a big enough request, we'll do more and more colors and more shapes. Once we go inside too, we're gonna address this big dent in the side of the car that we did yesterday. But I'm gonna go ahead and start throwing all this stuff out, which doing this by myself is gonna take me quite a bit. Something that I find amazing is that when I first started getting into drifting, I knew absolutely nothing about trailers. I remember backing up the open trailer for the first time and everyone making fun of me because I just had no idea how to do it, and I had no idea. And like over the past years, we've just done a lot and I've just learned a lot, and now I can literally back this trailer up. And granted, like now that I've driven a little bit, I'm a little bit more comfortable with it, but like I can back this thing up and put it wherever I want first try. I know it sounds kind of silly, but not being able to know how to do that like 2 years ago to save my life, to being able to do it now is pretty cool. I have a little gift for the Z today, and I also want to fix how bunk this setup looks right now because we had a couple little instances at the track yesterday that I want to fix, as you can obviously tell. When I lifted the hood, this hood pin just fell and this bottom nut fell off. If you see on this one, there's a nut on top and a nut on bottom. This one must have came off yesterday. So I guess off the bat, I'm gonna see if I have a nut this size, but I don't think I will, but I'll start looking for that first. Oh, that was close, not the right thread. And we found it, 5th nut in. Not the prettiest washer I can find, but it's what I have right now and it works. Got that back on there. I've always had a slight gap on this side, so I'm also gonna do some adjusting and try and bring this gapping down, but it's pretty even at this point. Something that I just got in the mail is some tire stickers from Toyo that I'm gonna be putting on because I'm using our 888s on this car. And I'm probably just gonna put these on the front just because the rears we literally change out every 30 seconds on this car. So I'm gonna run probably, I think, is it on the top? Is it twice on the top and the bottom, Mick, or is it just on the top?
Most people run Toyo tires like...
It's like you put 2 words on the bottom and then 2 words on top, right?
Bottom,
yeah. All you do is you get acetone, a rag, wipe this down about 5 or 10 times so it's super, super clean. Stick these on and we're gonna use a heat gun to apply the backing and rip it off. From this angle, it looks like I have super, ultra, mega fitment. Mickey, don't do that yet. That's the surprise at the end of the video.
I don't get excited about much.
I can't show them that yet. That's for the end.
Oh my God.
I'm not even gonna look at it. I can't tell you. You're just being sarcastic at this point.
I'm not, actually. Can I see it? I'm gonna get you some hardware for it, bud.
Then it says to heat it up so it's warm to the touch and peel off the backing paper. That was decent for my first try. I got a little bit screwed up right here, but 1 down, 7 more to go. With one side done, I'm gonna go ahead and raise the car up and rotate this around 180 degrees and do it again. First side done. That was a lot easier. Doing it the second time on top, learned a little bit more on that side. So doing this other side should probably literally take me no more than 10 minutes or so. I haven't always been the biggest fan of tire lettering, but to be honest, in the last like couple of years of watching FD, it's kind of grown on me a little bit. At least more on race cars, it's really kind of grown on me. I think it's kind of a nice little change putting decals on the tires for me because I've never done it before. I don't know the level of detail that I can get on camera, but this stuff is pretty easy to use, and it's a super thin material. So once you heat it up a second time and take the backing off the top, it like shrinks, like heat shrink, and it's a very, very thin mask. I wouldn't even like call it a sticker, but it looks like it will last a pretty long time. I'm getting better and better with it, so just gotta do one more right here, and we should be good. So one thing that I've been missing from this car since I got it back from Rad Industries and we redid the whole engine bay and the paint and the rest of the car, I'll give you guys 5 seconds to guess it as we're staring at it. 3, 2, 1. I haven't had a valve cover on this car. I think it looks cool this way, keeping it, you know, showing the coil packs and showing all that stuff. But I forgot to grab this a long time ago when we picked this stuff up, and finally Dan was like, dude, you need this on your car, so he sent it to me. And we now have color matched valve cover. I don't know why I'm so hyped on this, but it just looks so good. I like love this color combo. So I have some Downstar hardware right here. I'm gonna go get the Allen key that's necessary for it, and we'll start putting this thing in. Piece of resistance. Oh my gosh, that looks so cool.
Gives me a bit of a
little chubby.
like a little one.
So shout out to Dan for just sending this to me, because since it's been so overdue for me picking it up. Can't believe it took this long to finish it, but it looks so amazing. The paint match is on point as well. It just looks so clean. I think the red really makes the rest of the gray pop a lot more, which I really like that contrast. And it's like seeing it from all angles. It's one of my favorite things, and something that I have in the RX-7 that is actually pretty similar to this, which is a cool little theme I've liked to start doing. On this motor and on the motor in the FD, I like have that red. The motor to me like symbolizes the heart of the car, so I like this one being red. And then if we go out to the RX-7, I have the motor, it's really dirty so disregard that. I actually have that red too, which it's gotten so hot that it's turned almost like kind of like a light brown, but I always thought it was cool having like the, can't really see it, you can only kind of see it from right there and from this side, but the motor to me is like the heart of a car, so I've always like had that red. I've always thought that was pretty neat. But the level of detail that is in this bay makes this probably favorite car that I own. Like even to the side of the heat shielding, having a Hunt & Co logo engraved on the side, I can never get enough of staring at this motor. So now that we have that on, we have the tire stickers on, we fixed the front bumper, I want to try to see if I can at least buff out this white pole mark that we hit driving yesterday. I do have a spare bumper actually right over here that when I got this painted, I bought a separate one and got it, and obviously got this one shot at the same time as a spare, because at the time when I first started really drifting this car, I had a rear fiberglass bumper and I kept just shredding them off. Oh, but Mickey already sprayed it with brake parts cleaner, and look how fast that came off. That was brake parts cleaner, right?
Nah, I just spit on it.
Whoa, wait, it kind of keeps coming back. You're gonna pull paint off, bud.
Those are scratches.
Don't recommend doing this to your actual cars, because he is literally using brake parts cleaner. You can't really tell, but it's taking a little bit of the red out. You can't tell by your eyes, but it's taking a little bit of the soul out of the car. If you're new to the channel, you probably don't know what Zeus Tabs are, but it's a really, really cool invention that has been used around a lot in the automotive industry, and I'll show you guys how I use it in just a second. So these tabs, I don't know if this one's bent enough, are a pretty much like quick release system. I use them a lot more in the front. Oh look, that got altered there too. So they just kind of spin out and they have a really, really good hold without taking some paint with it as well. And voila. With the rear bumper off, you can actually see that we did bend our rear bash bar just a little bit, maybe like 20 degrees or so. So if you look here to here, a little bit bent. I wouldn't say that we need to replace it because of that. I've never needed to replace Mick, Mr. FD crew pit man. What would your expert advice
On what?
be for something like this?
What's the question?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's bent a little bit. Is that like?
He needs to get welded.
Well, that is bent, yes, but like this got bent in a little bit. Like you don't need like.
Oh, actually, in order to get that tab lined up, we might have to pull it out a little bit.
Yeah.
That's okay. We got a lift post right there. We just grab a ratchet strap around the lift post, hook it on there, and pull it out. You can see the pipe going like this already.
Really?
Yeah.
I was able to pull this out a little bit, but not very much. I'm gonna see if I can kind of bend this back in just a little bit to see if I can get the bumper to go back on. But I'm gonna try to reattach the bumper now, see how the fitment looks. I think everything should be okay, maybe. We'll find out. Without doing welding today, I'm satisfied. Bent that out just a little bit, and I was able to bend the tabs a little bit without welding them, although it will need to be welded, which Evan and Mickey said they would help me do. Oh, you're back, hello. The bumper only looks mildly screwed up at this point, but a lot of the white pole is out of there, so I'm satisfied with that. I know I'm trying not to strive for like street car perfection with this one because I'm always putting it through the ringer, but I'm super happy with how it looked out today. The front's all dialed up as well. Looks better than it did before. Only thing left to do is go pick up some more tires and get our ass back out to the track. Why is my drift car the prettiest car I own? Because it's badass, that's why.
Check out this premium condensation. As much as this is a good thing, we're gonna change it out. Here we have the new Tom's taillight. This is essentially Miley's new booty tube. Let's go install it.